Hey guys, welcome to episode number 47 here on the Normandy and getting ready to, in all likelihood, go to the Cerberus headquarters.
Commander, it seems Tally's taking what happened on Horizon hard. She's in the lounge if you want to check on her.
Certainly. She wasn't actually there, she was on the ship, but still. The lounge, I think, is on the crew deck. Glad, what's your name is there, keeping an eye on everybody for me. Oh, she looks sad. Didn't know Turians could actually drink through their masks. How you doing, Tally?
Shepard! Want a drink? I'm toasting Miranda, I think.
How are you getting drunk?
Very carefully. Torian brandy, triple filtered, then introduced into the suit through an emergency induction port.
That's a straw, Tally.
Emergency induction port. It's actually getting a little harder to get it into the slot. I think that means it's working. She was so rude. What did Jack call her? Cerberus cheerleader? With her perfect genes and that attitude and still, she got it done. She stopped her father.
Oh, poor Tally. That sounds dangerous. I'm a little worried about her. Don't want her to get an infection.
I didn't realize this would be so hard on you.
I didn't like her. Keela, she was such a bitch. But I respected her. Sometimes that's better than liking.
Definitely true.
She did whatever it took to stop her father. She never gave in to him, never changed herself to please him.
Wonder if that's a point of comparison she's making.
Ah.
Don't me. You sound like a Vorcha.
Seeing a bit of yourself in Miranda fighting her father?
I spent my life trying to live up to him. Then making up for his mistakes, doing what he'd have wanted.
It's never that easy.
When do we get to stop reacting to our parents and start living for ourselves?
Guess Shepard's lucky on that front. He, in a manner of speaking, he never knew his parents, an orphan on the streets of Earth. But he turned out alright.
The answer to that one's at the bottom of that glass.
I might need help with the induction straw. Port. You know.
Here's to Miranda.
Nice job, you genetically perfect Cerberus cheerleader Boschtet. Kila Solai.
Aw. Take care, Tally. Enjoy the drink. Alright, while we are here, might as well check in. Oh, hey Ashley. I was actually looking for the other guy, but that's cool too.
Can't believe what you found down there. The whole thing was so calculated, using hope to lure people to their deaths, or worse. I can't understand it. And you know, I'm glad I can't. It makes me feel human.
Yep. That is pretty despicable. Like Cerberus, they're not even trying to win the war. They're trying to put themselves ahead. When the elusive man says humanity, he really means himself. Oh, I just came this way. Alright, let's go down one more level. Actually, let's check up on Liara real quick, since we're in the neighborhood. Might have some more upgrades for us.
Say that again?
The population of the colony world of Tyvor has been killed.
I don't understand. The Reapers have been taking people alive.
It was self-inflicted. When Reaper forces invaded, Tyvor's colonists detonated nuclear weapons inside their cities.
Goddess.
Their deaths would have been instantaneous, Doctor.
Thank you, Glyph. That'll be all.
Interesting. Guess that was preferable to Reaper indoctrination and enslavement. I guess they didn't have any Kool-Aid around. Alright, what do we have here? No more new upgrades. Anything on this thing? Couple. Possible book titles. The Protheans, The Living Legacy, The Prothean Empire, The Protheans, The Last Prothean. That'd be a good one. Living History of the Protheans. I despise thinking up titles for my own academic research. Prothean Journeys, Journey with the Prothean. I like The Last Prothean. Like The Last of the Mohicans, or whatever that movie was called. Sounds like when I was in architecture school, it used to be all of our file names were, this is the very last final super file, I swear. .jpg. Alright, so Prothean notes, entry 1. The things this Prothean must have seen. If they had the technology to preserve someone over 50,000 years, no wonder they are capable of building things like the device on Mars. I must give him time to get his bearings, but goddess, when will we get another chance to learn so much about their civilization? Attached notes on Prothean. Another good title would be Prothe the Prothean. Be like a children's book. It'd be awesome. I'm not sure what to make of Javik. I approached him while we were traveling to a different system, but he wasn't very inclined to talk. What little he does say concerns the Reapers and our possible future. Is he simply a soldier mourning his people, or is it a fundamental difference in our cultures? If what Javik says is true, his people were imperialists who left the rest of the galaxy quaking in terror. And I think he would sacrifice all of us without a thought if it could bring them all back again. I reviewed my old notes today. They're so childish. Do we romanticize the Protheans because we were dazzled by the technology they left behind? Are these really the people I dedicate my life to studying? I mean, that's part of science, though. You take them as they are. That doesn't... You wouldn't only study good civilizations or admirable civilizations. You study all civilizations. Because you might learn from their mistakes as well as their successes. And it turns out most of the things that dazzled us about technology weren't actually their technology anyway, so it's kind of a moot point. I can't let disappointment stop me from learning the Protheans' history. It's just as naive as thinking they were all benevolent. And I've perhaps been arrogant, judging an entire species on what little time I've had to know its sole survivor. He was hardly responsible for the skewed view I had of his people. I put forward the idea of writing a book with Javik, and to my surprise he said he would think about it. Perhaps it's a start. Alright, very cool.
A Prothean. A living, breathing Prothean right below me.
He's not what I expected.
Me neither. He was a little cold when I tried to talk. I understand the shock of waking up again. His species gone. But a Prothean, Shepard. There's so much he could tell us.
He better start writing. Enough to fill a lifetime, probably.
Greetings, Commander.
Hey, Glyph. How are you? Yeah, it's, I can kind of relate. I was asleep for 2 years, but it's a little different than being asleep for 50,000 years. Speaking of the Prothean, don't want to miss any commentary, so let's have a chat with him again.
I heard about your talk with Liara. You act so angry, but you really care about us.
I need you functional to destroy the Reapers.
You care about Liara. You like her.
What are we in high school
You are
again?
intoxicated. A foolish risk given Quarian symbiotic physiology.
And you like me too.
This conversation is over.
Oh, drunk tally. A real conversation, interesting.
Looks familiar.
I've been studying this ship. Its crew. There was a Normandy before this one. You died in an attack.
Something like that.
But then you were resurrected to fight the Reapers.
Maybe you and I have a thing or two in common.
I was
But
just
you
saying
have
that.
something else. The reasons you fight are still alive. The friendships of the people around you. And more. You and the human female are joined.
You could say that.
I'm not. Your pheromones are. Is this why you wish to continue living? For their affection?
I wouldn't say just for their affection, but for them, yes, and for the whole galaxy. To protect them and to keep them safe and to ensure that there's a future for us all.
Without that affection, all I have in my life is death. And that's not enough.
Yes.
What about you? I respect your reasons for being here, but I get the feeling there's something more, Javik. What's in here?
It is called the Echo Shard. Passed from soldier to soldier, Prothean to Prothean. Each adds their memories to it.
Like a beacon. How far back does it go?
To a time before the Reapers. It is all that is left of my people.
And you don't want to remember that?
Imagine if everyone you knew was dead. You could not remember their faces, or the color of the sky above your home. The memories were gone, but so was the pain. Would you want to remember that, Commander? Even if it meant watching everyone die again?
Be a tough call, but yeah, I would.
If I had something like this, seeing Earth again, whole, with everyone still alive, that would be worth the pain.
Before the Reapers, the stars belonged to us. Civilization flourished. There was the Quasar fortress of the Tarandi Vale, the ice canals of Judar 4, the palisades of the Verome Angelic. It was magnificent. But then...
What is it?
The Reapers came. Planet by planet, we were extinguished. We fought back.
You okay?
I once commanded a ship like this one. A loyal crew with many friends. Was captured. Only I escaped.
What happened to them?
Indoctrinated. The Reapers sent them against me. Year after year, battle after battle, I was hunted by my own people. Every encounter, a reminder of my failure as a soldier.
Sorry. I had no idea.
Until the Battle of the Cronian Nebula. I had only my knife left. I cornered my men and slit their throats one by one. I watched them bleed to death, to be certain.
That has to suck.
That must have been...
It was the day I understood. War is atrocity committed in the name of survival. It is a lesson I wish I had never learned.
That's a cool story, though. Dark Channel. Nice. Yeah, I can't imagine what would happen if these people all got indoctrinated and came against me. Hopefully that doesn't happen. There's no loyalty missions here, but I seem to have all their loyalty abilities unlocked at least, so that's good. If that means anything as far as the end game goes, but it might not because it is a different game than Mass Effect 2. But yeah, that I kind of can relate, I guess, with Mordin and Rex.
The crew seems shocked by the experiments at Sanctuary. They shouldn't be.
Why is that?
Our war lasted for centuries. It provided more time for worse atrocities to be committed. There was a species, the Densorian. They became convinced the Reapers could be placated by sacrificing their own young. The entire planet joined in this ritual. I would spare you the details, but it did not work. They simply made the Reaper's job easier. It was as your elusive man is now. His ambitions are nothing short of madness. Sharpen your knife, Commander. His is a voice that must be silenced, and a throat that must be slit.
At this point, I pretty much do it myself. I guess part of why I liked him, the idea of him being indoctrinated, was that it would make trusting him with the Cerberus base or with the Collector base not a mistake, because the guy I trusted would be someone different than the monster who's doing all these experiments. So I still kind of hope he is, even though I suspect at this point he's not. Maybe affected by it. That's certainly possible, to be affected by the Reapers without being actually indoctrinated. So maybe the artifact drove him mad or exacerbated his own existing madness and ambition. Either way, though, let's check the mail. News article on Quarian Fleet. Not going to really go through this. Alright. Because I do want to get on with the main quest. And that would be priority Cerberus headquarters. Although... Oh. Here we go. The Elusive Men's headquarters have been located, and the Alliance is prepared to attack to recover the Prothean 5 that holds the key to the catalyst, or the Prothean VI, which is also 6, not 5. Once the attack is launched, the Alliance will be fully committed to the final fight against the Reapers. Assault the base when ready. Alright, I'm glad I read that, because that means that's the point of no return. That's the end game. So we're not actually going to do that quite yet. We are going instead to do Citadel Shore Leave and my little exploration of the galaxy. So, I think what I'm probably going to do first... Let's start by exploring. Exploring? Or should we start by doing the shore leave? Let's do decisions. Let's start the shore leave. Let's have some fun before the galaxy all goes to shit. I also need to upgrade all my gear too. And I've yet to decide whether I want to make a video of me exploring or just do it, you know, while watching TV and come back. Because I don't think I'm going to find anything interesting, just war assets. That's probably what I'll do. I'll just go and do it on my own. Find the war assets, the fuel, the credit, whatever it is. Actually, yeah, I'm glad doing this first, because we might get actually credits from it. I'll go through, I'll look in the guide and see, or I'll look on the wiki and see what the best stuff is. And make sure my guns and upgrades and armor are all maximized for this final push. And then we'll begin the end game. I'm excited. Hopefully it's a long end game though, because I still don't understand that 50% thing. Tempted to look it up, I don't want to spoil anything. Now remember, this one is supposed to be a little bit silly, but also well done from what I've heard, so let's enjoy it. It's a nice apartment.
I've got Admiral Anderson on the QEC. Patching him through to you now.
Shepard.
Admiral, how are you holding up?
Day by day, Commander.
Yeah. Hackett sent me a message about this apartment.
I want you to have it. Take it off my hands.
Are you serious?
You need a place that's yours. Somewhere to recharge, clear your head.
I have the
He
Normandy.
wanted us to settle down there. Thing is, the longer I'm on Earth, the less I want to leave. And
Makes
I want as
sense.
few loose ends out there as possible. Like I said, you'd be doing me a favor.
I'm saying I can't accept that. That's a big gift.
It's too generous. Besides, you'll be back here once the war's
Gotta be
over.
polite.
I doubt it. Even assuming we survive this, it'll take years to rebuild things here. Please, Commander. Don't make me beg.
All right. Consider it done.
I appreciate it. And make yourself at home, damn it. It's yours now.
I'm sure I can manage.
Okay,
Apparently-
good. Been meaning to do that for a while. I'll talk to you soon.
Apparently you can do this, I don't know if this is a spoiler, but you can do it after the main quest too. I guess assuming you survive. I don't know if you can die or not. But if you do, I wonder if Captain Anderson or Admiral Anderson will actually be here to celebrate with you. But I figured it would be best to end the game at the ending, so I'm doing it now. Plus it'd be good to have some lighthearted fun before the end of all things.
Be careful out there, Anderson.
You too, Shepard.
Alright, so we can explore the apartment. Notes for Anderson biography,
You
relationships.
never asked me about this, but my wife just called. My ex-wife. Nobody likes to talk about the toll that long months apart can have on military relationships. She wasn't military.
Received a new message.
She couldn't handle it. But it's not even about military and non-military, damn it. It's space flight. Space flight. Finding the mass relays, miracles of engineering. Human imagination rising to meet our desires. We pay a price for that,
Or you gotta find somebody who's as enthralled with it and willing to explore it as you are. Like Ashley, I guess. That's why it's opposites attract, but it's also good to share similar interests. What else was I going to say about him? Oh, it reminds me of the show Planets, the anime. It was kind of the same theme that he was just talking about there. It's a good anime if you're into that. It was only like a season long. Very like hard sci-fi, space, future stuff. Anyway.
The Normandy? A brand new ship. My ship. You don't forget that moment. The first time you're standing there. The whole crew looking to you for direction. Unforgettable. I'd led men and women before that. Seen a lot of combat already. Always managed to find my way home in one piece. Do that a few times, you begin to think you know better than the next guy. Maybe you do, I don't know. But if you're lucky, really lucky, you find yourself on a good ship, in front of a good crew. A crew you can trust with your life. Gifted. Disciplined. Brave. All of them. Eager to set sail into the endless black ocean. I still remember my XO asking what my orders were.
Just that was me. Yeah.
Let's see what we can find.
Typical Anderson. I like that he actually has his own like distinct like tone and speed. If that was written down, it would still sound like Anderson. I also wonder too. It occurred to me, it's quite possible that he dies or has a chance of dying in the final arc. So I wonder in that case if he leaves the apartment to you, that would also make sense. Stereo. I don't hear any music. There we go. Any other notes?
Embarrassing moments? I've got more of those than anyone will ever know. Only way to learn something. But if I had to pick one to share, I had just gotten promoted to N7. Full of myself. King of the castle. Found myself buying drinks for undesirables in some rundown bar in the wards. They toasted my recent promotion. Hell, they would have toasted Batarian slavers if it had got them more drinks. About the time my money ran out, my new friends turned on me. I was outnumbered. Things didn't look good. My plan to get out of there involved lots of punching. Well, that worked for a while. Then a table hit me. Or I fell down. When I came to, I saw a Salarian putting the rest of the troublemakers down. A Salarian? Moved like a damn cat, I swear. When everybody was out cold. Or running. He walked over and helped me up. N7, he asked. Yes, sir, I replied. He looked over my collection of unconscious friends, nodding. Not bad, human, he said. Then he walked away. I had met my first Spectre.
Thought so.
Learned an important lesson that day. No matter how good you think you are, there's always somebody quicker, faster, and a hell of a lot smarter than you just around the corner. That little lesson's kept me alive more than once since then.
I wonder if that was the same Solarian Spectre we met before. Probably not, because there are a lot of Solarian Spectres, I assume, and they are short-lived, so it's unlikely, but possible. There was supposed to be a message thing. Yeah, it's this one. I like that he's leaving notes around for his autobiography.
Sure, I can talk about Commander Shepard. Big topic. There's been a lot written about the Commander, but most of it isn't true. People are quick to judge. They don't know the whole story. I don't even know the whole story. But I know the man. Worked with him. Fought with him. Trust him with my life. Shepard's had some rough patches. Who of us hasn't? He's been forced to fight a lot of battles alone.
Wonder if he left that there on purpose, knowing how I would find it. Probably has the real copy stowed away. What is that bell? Oh, I guess the messages. Stereo control. Does say something else too. I forgot what it was though. Oh, we say never hesitated. I hesitated once when Rex was coming at me. Okay, that bell's gonna annoy me, so let's check the messages. Dinner at sushi place on me. Hey Shepard, I got a few things I wanted to go over with you. With the Normandy and Dry Dock, I figure we could meet up at that Rusei? I'm into sushi, so I don't know how to pronounce that. Sushi place down on the wards. I hear it's the best. Joker. Oh, that sounds cool. Oh, I see. So you just go from one place to the other. Let's look at this one first.
No, it's fine. I got a few minutes. First contact war? Yeah. I was there. My first real combat. First for a lot of us. I remember one night early in the war. Strapped to my seat as our transport approached the LZ. Everyone was dead silent. Just the sound of breathing. Good men. I trained with all of them. We were always joking and horsing around, but not this time. Just the rattle of the shuttle. And that heavy breathing. Everyone was thinking the same thing. We're off to fight alien invaders. Aliens. Think about that. We all grew up wondering what was out there. If we were alone in the universe. Now we knew. We weren't alone. And we were in trouble. So there we were. About to face an enemy as different and unknown as we could imagine. I knew I had to say something. Keep the men relaxed. So I turned to the soldier beside me, Hendricks, I think, and asked him how his mother was doing. Fine, he said. Why? Because I heard your mama so ugly the Marines thought she was a Turian. Almost shot her. I got a few smiles. Then Hendricks turned to me and said, Hell, Anderson, I heard it was a picture of your mama that started this goddamn war in the first place. Scared the Turians shitless. Everyone had a good laugh at that. And the boys fought great that night. Sometimes that's all it takes. A joke, a pat on the back. Just a little reminder that everything's gonna be okay.
I feel like I should recognize the name Hendricks for something. Was that Caden? Might have been Caden. Sounds right. Caden Hendricks? Maybe. Alright. But I guess as far as first encounters with aliens go, the one in Mass Effect turned out pretty well. That there were other alien species to reel them back in, and they ended up being pretty sensible and fairly human-like in their disposition. Oh, Model of the Normandy. Yeah, the first Contact War was not that bad from what I hear. I already listened to that one. Anything else in here before we head out? New questions.
Okay. I have your new questions here. As a leader, do I ever feel that the end justify the means? Spirit of law over word of law. I'm not going to touch that with a 10-foot pole, but I think I know what you're after. You're referring to the way I, arranged to have the Normandy released to Commander Shepard before the Battle of the Citadel. I'm not sure how valuable hindsight is to the military. Obviously, it worked out for the best. Without the Normandy and Commander Shepard free to do what they needed to do, what we needed them to do, Saren might have taken the Citadel. I think it's clear what a different galaxy this would be if that had happened. I did what I had to. If I had been wrong, I would have gladly accepted the repercussions. The real trick is never being wrong. If you're looking for more action and less philosophy in these notes, let me know.
Yeah, that's pretty much what I said when I answered that question way early on in the Let's Play, that if you disobey an order, just be prepared to deal with the repercussions, because that's a big deal. So, yeah, pretty much how he said it, don't be wrong. Alright. And let's admit it, Udina really did deserve that punch in the face. I think that's probably all of them. Wish they were numbered or something. What's this? Catalog. Oh, you can customize the apartment? I guess you can actually buy upgrades for it now, maybe? Huh. That's kind of cool. I'm not gonna mess with that really. Oh, and I thought my models were big. Look at that. It's an Alliance Dreadnought. It's pretty cool. Some medals and all. A nice office, I'd say. I like that waterfall wall too. But yeah, I'm not gonna mess with that because there are better games for customizing things like that. Enlisting.
What was I talking about? Early days, right? People ask why I joined the military. Everyone talks about honor, duty, sure. But that's never the whole truth. It's 100 little things that add up to commitment. I joined because of a dog. Yeah, a dog. This patchy, mean son of a bitch that used to bark at me every day on my way to school. He'd snarl and I'd start running. Scared the hell out of me. I was just a kid. I remember being in a bad mood one morning. Angry, I can't recall why. When that dog started in on me, I snapped. Started barking right back. We both kept at it until we had nothing left. Dog never bothered me again. Why'd I join the military? Sometimes you just gotta howl to make things right.
Interesting takeaway. Oh, there's an interview.
A few months ago, I had a chance to sit down with one of Earth's most decorated soldiers, Admiral David Anderson. He was kind enough to answer my questions and talk about his career. Today, the Admiral is on Earth, leading the defense of our home against the Reapers. We have no communication with him or any soldiers on Earth, but we can't forget what they're doing for us. Tonight's show is dedicated to all of the soldiers out there, fighting and dying to keep us safe. Admiral Anderson, today marks the 30th anniversary of the N7 program. Can you describe your first day of training in this now famous program?
The Interplanetary Combatives Training Program is all business from day one.
How so?
We're given basic gear, then separated and stranded on an asteroid with no nav data. The test ends when the last person runs out of oxygen.
Sounds daunting. What happens to the ones who run out of air first?
Out of the program. The best N7s can survive alone, but work together to survive even longer.
That's very impressive, Admiral. Deep space survival training. That has to be so difficult. All of it would take such strength of character. Well, just plain strength. But then you seem like a strong person.
I'm sorry. Is there a question in there?
Well, does the program make
Is
the
that
man,
Diana?
or do you think you were born for this?
It's a bit of both, I suppose. Every soldier reaches a point in their career, sometimes more than once, when they are asked to give more than they ever thought they could. That moment is the test. I've seen men and women, almost sure to fail, persevere long past the point of breaking. That experience changes them. Others, with all the gifts and abilities, fail in that moment.
No. Our whole species is put to that same test.
Carry on. Sometimes they're just done.
What about you? What was your moment?
I've had a few, none of which I'd like to share. But I think the toughest tests are still ahead of me.
What makes you say that?
Call it a hunch.
Soldier's intuition?
Something like that.
Do you trust your intuition? I mean, do you follow your heart over your mind?
Well, it depends on the day. No, I suppose if I were to be honest, I do trust my instincts. The problem is, war isn't orderly. And the enemy is never predictable. Even the most experienced veteran is going to find themselves in situations they haven't trained for. In those instances, and there's more than I'd like to admit, your instincts are the only thing keeping you alive. That, and the men and women you're fighting beside.
But soldiers are only as good as their leader. Isn't that true?
Yeah. A good leader can make an okay squad, great. A bad leader, well, war tends to make examples of them.
What makes a good leader then?
A good leader is someone who values the life of his men over the success of the mission, but understands that sometimes the cost of failing a mission is higher than the cost of losing those men.
That's a terrible line to have to walk.
Yes, it is. But war is a terrible thing.
Thank you for your time, Admiral.
Thank you.
The remainder of this interview was to take a more personal look at Admiral Anderson's life. It wasn't finished when the Reapers invaded. We can only hope that the Admiral survive to tell us the rest of their stories. I'm Khalisah Al-Jilani. Thank you for watching.
Oh, that's such okay. They need more better visuals for that program. But that was cool to listen to, I guess. I'm getting a little tired of this apartment, though. Hopefully that... Oh, there's an upstairs? Oh, God, okay. Is there different music? Or is just on or off? There we go. Nice sculptures, I guess. Alright, let's listen to it all.
Tombstone data.
There we go.
Admiral David Edward Anderson. Not sure why anybody would be interested, but thanks for asking.
Sorry, the sound keeps going off for some reason.
I was born in London, June 8th, 2137. The last of 3 children born to Ursula and Paul Anderson. A nurse and a flight mechanic, respectively. But that's a little dry. And someone's gonna spice this up, right? Never been much for the spotlight. Anyway, where was I? It was a second marriage for my parents. They were almost 50 by the time they had me. My mother worked shifts, so my father would often take me to the base. While he worked, I watched transport ships and fighters take off. Worked his whole life around space travel, my father. But he never left Earth. Not for a day. He was a good man. But that's just a side note. Don't put that in. Who is it, Kaylee? Yes, I need to take that. I hope this is what you're after. I'll get to the more interesting N7 stuff next time.
Just as a side note, if you really don't care about any of this, or if you want to, I don't know, if you're just not into it, I'll leave the apartment after the next, at the beginning of the next episode. Although I imagine it'll be kind of more the same to a degree, kind of fan servicey, just interesting, more character intel in conversations and all. But hopefully it'll be a little more interactive after this. I do want to read all these entries though while we are here, because I'm not going to get another chance, I don't think.
The Turians. Well, I might not always see eye to eye with the politics and the individual, but I have a great respect for the Turian military. Any Alliance soldier lucky enough to take part in their training programs will certainly be better for it. Their precision, skill, and discipline come together in a way that's second to none. Not that I'm faulting our own people or training. It's just that after fighting Turians in the First Contact War, years later, I had the opportunity to observe and train on Palaven. It was a turning point for me. And I would encourage any soldier to try it. It's a unique experience to put yourself in the squad of a Turian commander. My commander was an uncompromising bastard named Bartux Oryx. If you can find him, just ask how the platoon I commanded was trounced in his strategy game. Humbly. But I've used what I learned that day many times. The xenophobes will have their say. But I think it's vital that we do more of this kind of cross-species training. There you go. And if you do find General Oryx, let me know. I owe him money.
Guess they took a bet on that game. Alright, backstairs. This place is huge. Guess the Alliance pays well.
You asked me to talk about the SSV Normandy. The Normandy SR-1. As commander of the Tokyo, I was consulted on the Normandy's design and on board for her initial training exercises. The average person probably doesn't
out to Kaylee. Most beautiful thing he's ever seen. Or his ex-wife, for that matter. No wonder she was his ex-wife. Alright. Anything in the bathroom? This place is very nice. All these refugees in the galaxy looking for a place to stay, though, I would feel bad actually living here. Like, I think Shepard would probably turn this place into a refugee shelter and just live in his cabin on the Normandy. It's more than enough space for him. Nice to have for when after the war's over, but no need to hold it here otherwise. Alright, I guess that's probably everything. Again, I like this music. I think it's probably the same song in the Normandy's quarters. Yeah, guest bedroom. We read that one, I'm pretty sure. Yeah. Alright, so hope you guys have enjoyed the apartment tour and some backstory on Admiral Anderson. Hopefully we'll see him again and help him through the final arc when we get back to Earth. I assume they'll be fighting on Earth. Yeah, anyway, we'll meet up with Joker in the next episode, so catch you guys then.